I got an email recently telling me I wasn't selected to speak at a conference I'd applied for. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I read it and immediately thought, what a beautiful opportunity for personal growth. No. I wanted to be picked. I wanted to speak. And I was disappointed. But something else was happening at almost the exact same time. I was teaching myself Adobe InDesign. And not just playing around with it. I decided to build something I'd never created before. My speaker portfolio, page by page. My story, my speaking topics, my experience, my philosophy. The kind of rooms that I want to walk into. The work I know I'm capable of doing. And somewhere between receiving that no and looking at this thing I had created, I realized something. I didn't get picked, but I kept building. Welcome to Unapologetically Me. I've been thinking a lot about how much power we give being chosen. Chosen for the job, chosen for the opportunity, chosen for the relationship, chosen for the panel, chosen for the stage, chosen by the person sitting across from us. And there's nothing wrong with wanting something. There's nothing wrong with being disappointed when you don't get it. I think sometimes we rush way too quickly to turn rejection into an inspirational quote. Rejection is redirection. Maybe. But sometimes rejection just sucks. You wanted it. You worked for it. You imagined yourself there. And somebody said no. You are allowed to be disappointed. What I'm learning is that the most important question comes next. What am I going to build anyway? Because that conference saying no didn't change whether I was a speaker. It didn't erase the presentations I've already given. It didn't change what I know. It didn't take away my coaching credentials, and it certainly didn't decide whether I was allowed to pursue another stage. It decided one thing. I wasn't speaking at that conference, period. Everything I attached to that no after that, that's where I get some choices. I could make it mean, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe nobody wants this. Maybe I'm not a real speaker. Maybe I should stop trying. Or I could open InDesign, which by the way has approximately 7,000 buttons. And apparently I decided this was going to be the time to learn it. But little by little, I built the portfolio and I realized I was doing something much bigger than preparing for another application. I was taking myself seriously, not because someone picked me, before they picked me. That's the part I don't want to miss. Sometimes we're waiting for an external yes to give us permission to become the person we are already becoming. But what if you built before the yes? What if you practiced before the invitation? What if you created the portfolio before somebody asked to see it? What if somebody else's no wasn't a verdict? What if it was simply a no? I'm still going after speaking opportunities, and actually, now I'm going after them with something I didn't have before. A finished speaker portfolio, a clearer message, new skills, more evidence that I'm serious about where I'm going. And yes, I'd still rather have gotten the yes. Both things can be true. I can be disappointed that I wasn't picked and proud that I kept building. That's self-leadership. Not pretending rejection doesn't sting. Not forcing yourself to find a silver lining 5 minutes later, but eventually asking, what do I choose next? So, if you're sitting with a no right now, a job, an opportunity, a relationship, an invitation, whatever it is, you don't have to call it a blessing. You don't even have to be grateful for it. Just don't confuse they didn't choose me with I'm not worth choosing. Those are two completely different sentences. And while they're making their choices, you get to keep making yours. I'll keep building. Con amor y luz.